Hopefully you recharge a bit this summer.
Yeah, I did. A great summer. We were at the
That's
lake.
good. That's good.
Probably 20 nights this week,
That's good.
or this summer. So
Pretty soon now with this flex program, we're gonna make you as well start to like football. So you're gonna be a football
yes,
fan.
exactly. Yeah.
So you can, spice it up with hockey
Yes.
a bit. Not just hockey and football.
Yeah, I'll be over to my next trip will be to Real Madrid or Manchester
There you
City. I know
go.
you tell
Yeah.
me who my favorite team will
So
have
if
to
I'm
be.
talking about football in the podcast, I mean soccer. Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm not talking
don't-
about the
don't
Travis.
get- don't get me
No,
wrong.
no, there'll be no Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift comments when you make a football.
Yeah, there are a few
football
coaches in
statement.
the academy that still like using the word football, but some soccer. But
Yeah.
sometimes I say that to the players: is it football or soccer? I say, like the players now I coach, they all know football.
Yeah.
It's just trying to get like a universal language
Yeah.
for the sport. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes somebody will hear you talking about football. Oh, what this guy is talking about?
Yeah. Well,
Is it the North American football or what?
well, I'm guessing at the higher levels too. That's
Yeah.
the language that they want to use. So if you can
Yeah.
start getting people at a younger age
Yeah.
saying that probably helps
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
So-
Yeah, get like it's I hear a lot of stories about the names, but like at the end, I think it just like it's good to have that universal language.
Yeah.
Very good. At every domain, I think it's good because it's look at now the aircraft, for example. They have a universal language.
Yeah.
Like a pilot, he came from from Brazil, go to Japan, go to Switzerland, he will speak or she will speak English.
Yeah.
That's the language that
Same
they communicate
language,
with.
pilot
Yeah,
language.
yeah, because it's are very because it matters to the people's life. That's
Yeah.
probably why. Like it's
Just like football matters for people's lives. right?
well, I mean, it does matter
It does,
in a
yeah,
term.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like life.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
No,
like
but
no matter
the
of
things
life
that
and
come
death.
with-
But
yeah.
it's for to unite the language and to unite the knowledge. Then, let's say a kid who grew up here playing in Canada, and
Yeah.
let's say he's got a good opportunity to go to Europe.
Yeah.
It would be so nice if he go to Germany or whatever, find the same terminology.
Yeah. Same thing, but there's a different term for it. And
Absolutely.
then it creates confusion for kids.
Absolutely.
Grassroots all the way through.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
common language is important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Beyond the Pitch podcast is here, episode 7. With me today, I have Mr. Mark Peterson. Mark is the Estey School Principal. Mark, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Mo.
How is the setup?
This is my first podcast, so it looks pretty sharp. I might have to start one of these for the school.
Awesome, man. For those who don't know why Mark is here, or what's the opportunity that Mr. Mark is here with us today, as some may know, some maybe not yet, but please you will know today after watching this podcast. ASTRA has launched, ASTRA Soccer Academy has launched this FLEX program. That's going to be a special program, training program for the players aged or the grades 6 to 9 at the academy, which we will talk extensively today with Mark about it. And also we cooperate and coordinate with the Estey School, which is the founder of the FLEX program. Mark, first of all, who is Mark Peterson? Let's tell us a bit about yourself so we can all know about you and also
Okay.
our listeners know about you.
Okay. Well, my name is Mark Peterson. I'm the principal at Estey School. Estey School is now the home of the Flexible Schedule Blended Learning Program. Really, for short, we call ourselves the FLEX Program. Our program's been around for 11 years, actually. The first 8 years were spent at City Park School. And then City Park was growing with the Montessori program there, and the FLEX program was growing as well. So we moved over to Estey. This will be our third year at Estey now. Our first year there, we had 96 kids, and then last year we had 196, and we think we're going to be around 220, 225 this year. So that's a little bit more about the school than me, but I've been in Saskatoon since I was 18. Live here with my wife and 3 kids and our dog, and I've been heavily involved in hockey in the hockey community, and as Mo and I were talking about before, I've got to immerse myself a little bit more in the football world.
Yeah.
Not soccer, football. We're already got the language going.
We're going to switch you to football today after
Yes,
the podcast,
yes.
hopefully.
Yeah.
That's a task I have to be successful at. That's amazing. And you were a teacher, Mark, right?
Yes,
In
yeah.
school,
So when the program started in 2015, I was one of 2 teachers that were lucky enough to start this program. We started with grades 7, 8, and 9. And then we added grade 10 the following year, and then the following year we added 11 and 12. And we started that very first year with 17 students. We finished that year with 24, and then the numbers have kind of grown every year. With COVID, that obviously threw a little bit of wrench in terms of the programming that we do. But since then, it's bounced back, and it seems to be growing, thankfully, to different things in the community and establishing partnerships like we have now with ASTRA, and we're excited about that. So we actually now, this year, we have 12 and a half teachers in our school.
Oh, wow.
So we have 7 grade levels, grades 6 through 12. We have a grade 6, 7 split class, a grade 8 class, a grade 9, and then our 10, 11, and 12s are kind of mixed a little bit to make sure that they have all the requirements. And then in terms of our student population, I'm sorry if I'm jumping ahead of myself here.
No, it's all good, it's all good.
We've got student athletes and artists. Basically, to come to our program, you need to be an athlete or artist that trains for something where you need a flexible school day. So we've got hockey players, dancers, divers, baseball players, footballers, you name it, we've pretty much seen it. We have a young person who's involved in baton and actually was on a trip to Italy this summer doing baton, and will be attending the World Championships next year. We've had Rylan Weens, who's from Saskatoon and won an Olympic bronze medal last year, attended our program from grade 7 through 12. It doesn't mean if you come to our program you have to be a high-performance athlete, but we have had some pretty successful student athletes come through our program.
Awesome. Mark, you're already giving me a lot of information here, actually, which is amazing. That's a different speed than me, hey?
Yeah.
We're going now with 2 speeds, hey?
Yes.
And do you know, by the way, who said this statement at the beginning? 2 speeds, a country with 2 speeds?
I'm gonna guess that I have no idea.
One of the French presidents after the Second War. He's the first one that I think made this statement. MP de vitesse.
Okay, you could tell me just about anything
at
this point, Mo, and I would.
A country with 2 speed, but no, I really like the speed that you're going with, Mark. And so, Mark, flex in itself.
Yeah.
Why flex? Is the word represent something?
Yeah, the word. It's really important because it really encompasses what we do at our school. The reason the program started 11 years ago was there was 2 reasons. One for families. So if you think of it, gyms, rinks, pools, soccer pitches, they sit empty during the school day. And there was a lot of groups that were starting to train during the school day. And then the second thing is with schools and how busy they're becoming, when there were students that would come to a teacher and say, hey, I'm going to be away for 2 weeks for a competition, or I need to leave 3 days a week for my training, whether it be at a gym, gymnastics, dance, whatever. It was challenging in classrooms. And so Saskatoon Public Schools started this program, and it's provided kids and families really an opportunity to participate in their activity during the day, which really has kind of alleviated a little bit extra, I guess, and maybe allowed families to continue to do other things or even have dinner together every once in a while, because sometimes their training is done during the day. So as you're listening to this, you're probably thinking, yeah, we get up at 5 in the morning and get our kid to the pool, the rink, wherever. Well, what our program does is allow kids to train during the school day, and then have some time to rest and recover. So
that's where the word comes from. Flexibility.
Yeah, and then we have some students that are with us most days, like some students maybe miss 2 hours a week, and some students miss every morning or every afternoon, depending on what their training schedule is. And even within whatever sports you're involved in, it might be different for each student based on where they're at. And so we're flexible for that. We had a young man last year that was down in Florida for almost a month water skiing, and he couldn't water ski in Saskatchewan in February, believe it or not. So he was training down in Florida, and so it's kind of I guess programs like this have popped up in different provinces with academies through different sports, and we're kind of involved with Saskatoon Public Schools and allow programs like ASTRA to kind of do their own thing, and we provide the education.
Which we'll talk definitely with all the details later on. And how many sports, Mark, the program is including?
I think we're last year I think we had 18 different activities that our students were doing. So
it's not just like football or hockey.
No,
it's different sports.
And the nice thing for me is that I've had my eyes open to different things that exist in our community that I didn't know about. When I had a family reach out about coming to our program because they were involved in high performance baton, I didn't know that was really a thing. So it's been really good for me to see, and it's also good for our students to see all those different activities. Like I remember one of the first years of the program, Rylan Weens, just in phys ed class in the gym, just did a backflip. Just a standing backflip, and the jaws dropped on some of our kids that maybe couldn't do things like that.
What is this?
What is this guy, and who is he? A Superman, or what is this? So it's been really interesting to see all those different activities, and we hope to continue to grow into more.
That's amazing. And you're targeting like student athletes from a certain grade, hey? Grade 6.
Yeah. So we're grade 6 through 12. When the program started, it was 7, 8, 9, and so it was kind of established to be more of a middle years program, meaning grade 7, 8, 9, and then right now we're probably 75% of our student population is in grade 10, 11, and 12. Yes. And I think just because some of the flexibility that is created there, we still have our 6, 7, 8, 9 program, but it seems to be a pretty popular opportunity for our older students. And with ASTRA starting grade 6, 7, 8, and 9, I think the planning for this one was to not impact school sports, which we can dive into later about how that works.
Absolutely. And Mark, it may be like a family listening to this podcast right now, but they may be asking the question, what makes this program unique for my child?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think one is the opportunity to train during the day, and that can be a great thing, or it can be sometimes a challenge for transportation and things like that. But we don't have school buses that run to our school, but we've got partnerships with people that work on the transportation, and we've got families that carpool. So if that's a deterrent for you, or something that you're holding back on, reach out and we can work on those things. But I think for families kids that are in love with their activity, whether it be a sport or an art, gives them an opportunity to do that thing as much as they need to, but also have their education looked after. We have to follow all Saskatchewan curriculum just like anybody else would in a school in Saskatchewan. And I think for us, our kids are everybody's pretty dedicated to something, whatever that is, of the 18 activities. Yes. And that's sometimes a unique environment for kids to be a part of. And really it provides, again, families that opportunity to be involved in something that they love, and hopefully have a chance to sit down and have dinner every once in a while too.
That's good. That's really good. And is there like any follow-up from the school with these students to make sure that they're the education, the academic, it's and this is really like I always like say this to my players all the time: don't identify yourself as a footballer.
Yeah.
or like as a hockey player or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's something you are doing. You want to be successful at. You have dreams. You have, but education is always very,
Yeah.
very important. The academic career is important.
Yeah.
So, is there like a follow up from the school that because the program is very condensed
Yeah.
or training? Is there like a follow up that they are doing good at the academic as well?
For sure. Like I would say that the biggest emphasis in our program in our school is the relationship and the relationship with families to ensure that one, this is the right fit and it's something that their child can handle. And then two, and with our formal partnerships with something like ASTRA, we make sure that we can communicate with ASTRA and we check all the boxes to make sure that the permissions are granted. And really, if the adjustment is a challenge, we work with those kids and those families. But the nice thing is, so far in 11 years of doing this, that every family that I've interacted with has always said school is the number one priority.
Yeah.
And same with our families. They realize that high performance sport at some point will end. Well, hopefully all of our kids and our young adults move on to play professionally, but that's not the reality. So we want to make sure the kids are getting a quality education. And the feedback from our graduating students that have been through the program is that they felt very prepared for post-secondary or the next level of high performance. A large number of our student population is also interested in playing post-secondary sport, whether that be in Canada or internationally or in the NCAA. And so we make sure that our students are eligible for all of those opportunities too with course selections.
Yeah, because the education is important.
It is.
Because high performance sports, it's good, very nice, it's a good future, but it's not guaranteed, unfortunately. Anything can happen on the way, injuries, a lot of things, but as long as we have a good people that have a good education in the community, that's very good for the entire community in general.
Yeah, and we try to push a lot of as many opportunities to take courses, and this is more so in the 10, 11, and 12 grades, to make sure that you aren't closing doors with your course selection. And so we spend a lot of time focusing on core courses or maths and sciences and those types of things. There are a couple limitations in our school. We don't have a mechanics lab, we don't have a wood shop, and some of those things. But for what we've found is that many of our students have come to us because they're choosing to do something that they love, whether it be at a recreational level or a high performance level. And sometimes they're not as involved in those other courses. And they maybe even don't participate too much in their extracurricular opportunities at their school, which we can offer extracurricular at our school. Like we had a young, I think she's in grade 11 now, won provincial championship wrestling as back when we were at City Park as a City Park Eagle. So we have ways to do those things. We just have to navigate through them. If we've had, I think,
and you celebrate the success.
Absolutely, we do.
That's awesome.
Actually, we had, I believe, 16 athletes that were from our program either last year or in the last 2 or 3 years that were at the Canada Summer Games this year.
Oh, nice.
And that was pretty cool.
In different sports?
In different sports, yeah. So from golf to volleyball to you name it, it was nice to see. And we think that in the upcoming Olympics, for the Winter Olympics, we're going to have at least one athlete there. And then the next summer, probably 2 or 3 or 4. And again, I don't want to say that if you're involved in our program, you have to be a high-performance Olympian or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I think if you talk to Rylan Weens, he would say that this program allowed him to train and really help get him there. So I'm not taking all the credit for that, Rylan. Don't worry if you're listening.
Oh, it's really good. Like I wish I had this at my time when I was a student. Because,
lots of people say that. Lots of parents when they come in with kids.
In my time, I remember like I would, speaking on my personal experience, I would have maybe a good education in parallel with the game, because at my time you had to be one hand in the spectrum, either this or this. There is a lot of people talking now even about sport etude, which is like education and sport, but it's still like this is amazing, because you can do well in the sport that you love and chase your dreams, but at the same time you are getting a good education.
Yeah, it's a perfect match.
Yeah.
And I mean, I grew up playing sports in to this day, most of my best friends are people that I've met through sport. I think the skills that sport provides people are essential to life, and I think that you also have to learn time management, independence, and organization if you're a part of our program where you're missing school because you're doing something that you love, and the school doesn't stop. So when kids miss 2 hours because they're in the ASTRA Soccer Academy, they still have to get that work done.
Yes.
All of our lessons and platforms are posted on Google Classroom or Edsby, and that's where the blended learning model comes in. And so like when the group from ASTRA is at the soccer pitch for 2 hours, those classes are still going on. And so it's up to students and families to manage that time outside of the day, outside of their school day, to make sure that they're getting things done. And our teachers have been doing this now for, we've got some new teachers this year and over the past, but 11 years of the model, it seems to work to balance that. And we also rotate our school schedule to make sure that kids aren't missing the same thing every single day. So that's been another big key for us too.
Yeah, that's really nice. And I was impressed when you talk about that, because you touched base on that when we had the last open house with the parents. You also mentioned this, which is very good. So ASTRA.
Yeah.
How that happens, Mark? Like, did you just find out?
So we actually have another partnership.
And by the way, before you finish talking, you came to the right place regarding football.
Well, it all worked out very well, and it's this is an interesting one. So we have a partnership with Tratch Power Skating and Skills in the hockey world, and Jordan Tratch called me one day and said, I met Chris Zoller. And I think Jordan said
he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
He said he runs some soccer something in this. Jordan's a hockey guy, so I feel like I can say this about him. And he said they're interested in starting an academy. And within half an hour, Chris called me, and so we had a conversation. And we want to make sure that when we're going to have a partnership with someone, formal or informal, that it makes sense and that they check all the boxes that we need to from a school perspective. And so I invited Chris out to our school. And Chris was actually excited to have that invitation because he felt the same way. And so when he came to see the school and we talked about the logistics of how this could work and where it could grow from year one to year, who knows how long we can keep doing this and making it work. He revealed to me that the reason he wanted to come to the school was to see how the school looked, what the program was like, and kind of get to see how it operated. So we were both kind of checking each other out, I guess, a little bit to see if it would be a good fit. So from there, got in touch with the people from our school division to make sure that it could work. And we had the support of our school division to work on partnerships like this. And all of a sudden, end of June, it happened real quick. And end of June, we got the partnership formalized, and we had an open house in July and another one in August. And I think as of today, we've got 10 kids signed up, I believe, and we hope that it continues to grow.
Yeah, that's a very good start. Very good start, definitely. And I think, when Chris, I think after he met with you, he told me about. We had a conversation about it because that's really one of the formulas at ASTRA that we were looking for, definitely, from our point of view, to help the players that they are doing well or they want to do well in the sport, but at the same time we're not affecting anything about school or anything, which is really good. I think because the program is going to be very condensed, but in a nice way. For the players, because can you imagine now, as an ASTRA Academy, we are in this FLEX program, we're coming to the core value of our methodology, which is working with players at smaller numbers. And spending those 2 hours with those players, giving those players a lot of attentions and providing them with a lot of reps. That's going to be definitely amazing. It's going to make a huge impact on their level. And also one of the main thing, what I told you, you came to the right place, because one thing that we're really so proud at ASTRA all the time is the staff that we have. The coaches. I mean, nobody is perfect, Mark. But if we step back at ASTRA and we look at the bigger pictures, there is a lot of things that we have to be so proud of. And one of them is the coaching staff that we have at the academy. and I am the director of coaching at the academy. Something really which is under my responsibility to develop, but I'm very excited, very happy as well. I'm enjoying every day going to the environment and interacting with some good coaches that we have, both male, females, and also different generations. And these coaches are very excited to help those players, are very dedicated to help those players. Those coaches are always looking to help those players, which is something very, very important.
Yeah, and I think that's been pretty evident in our conversations. And I mean, when I saw Chris, when I first met with him, like the energy that that man has is, you can just see it oozing out of the passion oozing out of his eyes and his pores probably. And the same with you and Jeff and everyone else that I've met. And I think your facility is pretty unique too. And I had never been to ASTRA. I got to be full disclosure, I'd never been there before. But seeing your wall of athletes that have moved on and is pretty cool too. Pretty good success right there.
That's the award wall, and that is definitely, Mark, that's one of our best stories. That wall, because that wall definitely, we're living and we are getting up early every day, winter and summer, to go and coach and help to see that wall, or one of them at least, that wall. But also we are very proud of also the players that graduated, and also they are following up pursuing their career, their academic career also, and some of them also still in the sport, which is amazing.
And I think that when you, like, those walls are important, and but also the life skills, and we were talking about this a little bit before. Absolutely. We went live, and I think the life skills that come from it too, right?
Huge, because you're developing not just the players, but also the human being.
Be a good person, right?
Absolutely. You gotta be a good role model, because these players are looking up at you as a coach, as a executive director, as a technical lead, whoever in the academy. They are looking at you. They are looking at even the senior players with them sometimes within the same group. They are looking at them, and also looking at the coaches. So the sport, it's a tool to help. Like I say, that's why I said earlier, the academic career, that's the important thing, because we need everybody to have access to a good education, and then at the same time as well, the sport, it's a good tool to help them. Like maybe some of them will develop life skills. Some of them will do both, will develop life skills and also make a career in the sport. So that's why it's this two really, like, in my opinion, they go together. I
couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also the players that's going to sign up now, this 10 players that we have so far signed for this program, they're going to have access to the facility, which is the facility in itself, and you've been in it. It's the perfect probably place to work on those small groups format, groups of 10 to 12, because the field, the setup, and everything there. We got also access to some of the best coaches that we have in the academy. The players also is gonna get not just trainings on the fields, gonna get training on the fields, which will develop their ability on the ball, and also will develop their game understanding, and also work on their physical development, strength and conditioning trainings, and also nutrition. We have also a partnership with Mark Epp. Is a professor at the university and a mental training coach who happened to be in the last episode of the podcast. Also, we always invited Mark and to help the players, give them a lot of tools again to help them be successful. We have nutritionists. The players also will get access to some video tool. Myself, I'm going to be doing that with this program, like working with the players on their game footage, or also training sessions, and see what we can help them develop and fix within their level as player, as individuals, which is really important. And at the same time, these players, the time is perfect for them, because they're gonna come in the morning, 8:30. to 10:30 a.m. In the morning. So that's the first 2 hours in the day, and then they will be dropped off at the facility with the public transportation.
Yeah.
And then they will finish those 2 hours of trainings. Then they will get picked up again with the transportation and go back to school, to be in school and continue their day at school. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I think the Friday, that's the flex day.
I think so, yeah. And so a number of our partners do a number of different things, and so I think that kind of ASTRA's plan is that some days they'll be at school on Fridays, and some days they'll have an opportunity to be at the soccer or football facility.
Yes.
There we go.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's the first one. And kind of a hybrid option depending. Again, it comes back to that relationship. And if one student needs a little bit more time at school, then maybe they're at school, and another student is just fatigued from life as a preteen or teenager, or then maybe it's an off day, but maybe it's a day for them to work at the facility too. So we've established transportation through one of the bus companies in Saskatoon to pick the students up from ASTRA's facility and drop them off at Estey. And the students are scheduled to arrive in time for one class before lunch, have a quick lunch, and then we turn around and they'll have two classes. So they will miss 2 classes per day. And again, as I touched on before, they rotate through, and so they'll see their teachers and get to know their classmates, and it'll be great.
Absolutely, and I think the flex at ASTRA is going to be focusing now on grade 6 to 9.
Yes.
Yeah, which will be players will be put in a small format for training, which is amazing. Mark, it's going to be 175 sessions in a year. That's over 300 hours of football training. That's in itself is insane. It's like as a volume, it's amazing, and I think also players going to be put in smaller groups, which the attention for each player is going to be maximized, because each player is going to be really getting more time from the coaches. Because sometimes when we go for those bigger teams or bigger groups of training, sometimes even if you have 2 or 3 coaches, the coaches try their best to give attention for every individuals, but not when it's like with this smaller numbers and also this volume on the week, Monday to Friday, so 5 days a week. That's amazing.
One of the things that stood out to me in our initial meetings and the conversations in your presentations with families is that, yes, that 175 and the over 300 hours is a lot, but one of the things that I heard every instructor or coach share was that the focus is also going to be on rest and recovery. And I think somebody who's been involved in high performance sport as a coach is that you have to make sure that you're managing your athletes. And I think that you've already identified that as something that's important. And I think if you're a family that's thinking, well, that's an awful lot of football throughout the year, it's not, I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mo, but I don't think it's all going to be 100% high intense training. Like, it's going to be working on some of those nuances and those small, in the hockey world, we call them soft skills, so that you can translate those back into gameplay when you play.
Oh, we have, and Mark, we have, like I say, I'm speaking now here as a director of coaches at the academy. We have a wonderful staff that's going to be taking care of this program, and they will definitely periodize those sessions, those hours for those players to definitely both, because we have to take care of both the player and also the person. And when I talk about the person, there is 2 parts for that. There is the physical part of it, and also the brain, because also, like, both of them, they need rest, they need the recovery, they need to be refreshed. So I think everything's going to be definitely periodized, and like I said, there is also players will have access to mental training sessions, players will have access to strength sessions, players will have access to nutrition sessions, and also players will have access to video tools session. It's not going to be just like on the field, run. No, everything's going to be really structured, where it's more is the quantity, or sorry, I'm going to say it like this, going to be the quality within that quantity.
Yes.
If the statement is correct.
Yeah.
So we do get a good volume of sessions, but the quality of the trainings, it will definitely structure and take over the quantity of the sessions. And like I say, really, and this is definitely this flex program at Astra is for those players who do have that commitment as well, and they do want to do well in both school and also do well in sport. Why not? And also the player that want to get some extra access to training that will definitely develop and enhance their growth and their development in the sport, because it's at the end of the day, it's like we mentioned earlier, the academic is always number one priority, but also all these players that have signed up to this program, we all know that do want to do well in school, but at the same time they're also having dreams in the sport. You want to be better as well in the sport. And I think what do you think, Mark? Do you agree about this comparison?
Absolutely, and I think that's most of our students that come through understand that. There's some athletes that I've had conversations with when they're entering grade 10 and they're saying, well, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to play in this pro level or this. And I say, okay, well, what happens if you get hurt?
Absolutely.
And I can share some personal stories with friends and players I've coached that all thought that they were going to go and make millions of dollars. And
myself is an example.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes
I had a bad injury at a key moment in my life.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's the reality of sport. And so we try to drive home and the importance of education, and I think that our partners that we have do that as well. So I think that that's an important thing. And this past year we had access through a partnership with Tech Career Bridge, is an AI component that helps really people in the workforce find out what they can do if they lose their job. And Andrew Waba out of Regina, I was connected with him, and we did a little survey for our athletes in one of the classes that we had offered life transitions, and it questioned the students on what they're good at and what careers they would be interested in. And so that's something that we're looking to add to us, and it was kind of catered directly to athletes and their experiences in sport. And so that was really neat, and we're trying to always add little things like that. So
that's good.
I think education is number one, and if you can be successful in your activity, that education is always going to be there for you.
100%. And Mark, this is really amazing. It's a lot of information. I think I really appreciate all the information you have shared with us. Even I knew some of it already, but I just feel like I got new information from you today. Good. Actually at the podcast. And so is still like chance for the families to still sign up
absolutely
their kids in this program at ASTRA?
I mean, for logistics in a school, it's always,
if you can elaborate on that fall process, how a family can approach this program, who they can contact, how they can sign up, what about school, what about everything?
So I guess two parts. One is, if you're interested in the ASTRA Soccer Academy, I would say it's really important to reach out to ASTRA to figure out sorry about that. There's two parts. One, I would reach out to ASTRA and find out if that's an option for you through them. If you're interested in joining our program from another activity, reach out to me and I can connect you with different people if need be. And then our registration form is pretty simple. We need to verify that you're involved in some sort of program, whether it be ASTRA or something similar in a different activity. And then logistically, from a principal's perspective, it would be great if we knew who our students were 3 weeks ago, but that's not the reality of our building. Like, we've got players that don't know in hockey what team they're going to play on this year.
Absolutely.
And so until they find out if they're going to be playing in Kelowna or Camrose or Tisdale, they can't tell us exactly. So we've got lots of moving parts. The sooner the better, and I think that families also need to make informed decisions, because when you're moving from a neighborhood school to a school across the city that maybe some of you didn't even know existed, you want to do your homework on that. So feel free to reach out. You can can Google Estey School, and the registration form's on there and our contact information. And then one other thing I want to point out, Mo, is that a question I get often asked is, what does it cost to come to our school? Our school is a part of Saskatoon Public Schools. There's no tuition for our school. There might be general fees like lunch supervision and field trips, that kind of thing, like that would happen at any other traditional school. But we're not a private school. There's no tuition for the FLEX program at Estey School.
Nice.
Where the cost comes in is when you sign up for a program like ASTRA or with the Saskatoon Berries or something like that. That's where the cost is. But the education part is free.
You guys are doing a good job with the community.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. And I think one thing also it's important regarding the school and like friends and because we are very precise and clear on ASTRA. Like this program at ASTRA, it's for the players. We understand we cannot discuss the academic side. It's all number one, but it's also for the players who wants to be doing well in the sport, who wanted to go to a different level in the sport. So really, I don't think the consideration here of friends or I want to be in this school because they have this team or that school because they have that team, so that it's not something on the table. This program is for the players who want to come, train, and get better in the sport. That is something we are very precise and clear at ASTRA about. And I think we have, if you go to astrasoccer.ca website, under the FLEX School program, everyone can find all the information about the program. They can also find the form, the application form. They can also find the Estey School address and also the fees and everything regarding the program. So do you think the families, like, let's say somebody change their opinion, I want to join after the school started.
Yep.
So you mentioned there is a deadline.
Well,
Right.
the deadline, we'd like to know in the first month of school if somebody's going to be with their school. We want to try and research shows that kids that move schools in the school year, it's not necessarily the best thing for them. It's also sometimes not the reality. So the sooner we know, the better for a lot of reasons. One, for student-centered approach, but also from a logistics standpoint within a school and trying to figure out how many kids we have in classes and all of those things. But we've had students join us halfway through the year. We've had students that move home at the end of their season. The Saskatoon Berries, we had like 15 students that were billeting until the end of April, and then they move back in May. We have a large number of hockey players that come in after their Western Hockey League season or their Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League season, and so it kind of depends. But I think for ASTRA and to get the benefit out of the academy, it's probably important to get involved as soon as you can, so that you can get that baseline. Because as you periodize your training schedule, you're also going to want to make sure that people are at that and not missing part of it.
Absolutely. And we are targeting now, though, like we mentioned, grade 6 to 9, but the idea is always open for grade 10, 11,
Absolutely.
12 in the future. Why not?
And especially for football/soccer.
That's a good way,
there's obviously with high school athletics in Saskatoon, that's probably a question that some people would have. And between Saskatchewan Secondary, Triple SAD, I'll call you that because I forget the acronym, and SHSAA, the Provincial Association, we have established protocols for when we can have teams versus individual sports. So if we're unable to field a high school soccer team, the students that attend Estey would be eligible to go back to their neighborhood school. It would have to be a public school and still play soccer there. So there's things in place to accommodate people's extracurricular interests through our school. It just is, sometimes we have to ask some questions and things like that. So with grade 9, it would be the same way. Grade 6, 7, and 8, our extracurricular programs are what we can offer to our kids. It just depends on what our students are available, because sometimes they're training outside after school, and it doesn't always work. So we offer what we can. Grade 6, 7, 8 last year, We had our own school track day, and then we went to city track for our 6, 7s, and 8s. We're going to add in elementary relays this year. Our high school programming, so 9 through 12, we had golf, we had track, we had a young man on the wrestling team, and we're looking at adding cross country. So we'll add what we can and what students are interested in.
Nice. Mark, anything else you wanna elaborate on, and or you think you covered pretty much everything?
I think we're good, Mo. I've
Awesome.
never done one of these before, so I feel like
Doing
I did
amazing.
an awful
You're
lot of
doing amazing,
talking.
man.
So
You're doing amazing. That's
yeah, I guess if people have questions about Estey School and the FLEX program, check out our Instagram page, check out our website, or contact the school, and I'd be happy to have a conversation with you and see if we're the right fit for you now or in the future.
awesome. Number one, Mark, you're gonna use that camera. What you gonna say for the ASTRA families in regarding the ones in the FLEX program or the ones that are not in the FLEX yet, or who are thinking about being in the FLEX?
I think if you're already signed up, you've probably seen me twice and talked to me. But if you have other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. School starts on September 2nd, and we're going to have an awesome first day for our kids when we get them. And then if you're on the fence or you're not sure, I think ask questions. As families, you need to make informed decisions on if being a competitive, high-performing soccer player is something for you. I think that this ASTRA program is a great opportunity. And with that, as we've talked about lots today, education is an important part. So you need to be comfortable with the school. So reach out, ask questions, and make an informed decision for you and your family.
Awesome, Mark. And second thing, when are you gonna coach soccer?
Well, my middle son is 3.
You never know.
He's playing. He's actually participating in the U5 trash hockey program this fall. But my wife was a provincial soccer team player, so I think he'll probably have some football in him at some point. And then my soon-to-be 1-year-old will probably be a multi-sport person as well. So I honestly, Mo, I don't think it's far.
So the chance is there, eh?
Yes, the chance is there. Yeah.
Absolutely. What's the plan for the rest of the summer? I know the summer is wrapping up.
My summer wrapped up about 10 days ago. I've been back in the office since the 19th trying to get things organized. But as a family, we had an awesome summer. So it's kind of unfortunate that I had to warm up before we started this podcast, but it's so warm outside. So hopefully enjoy a little bit of downtime before things ramp up. And I'm excited to see our new group of students and our new programs and partnerships, and also chase them and watch them, whether it be in person or on social media or on Live Barn or different things, to see all the cool things that our students do inside school and outside of school.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mark. Really appreciate your time, and I enjoyed listening to you because a lot of informations. Looking forward to work together.
It's going to be great.
And ASTRA Soccer Academy, and for the benefit of the players and also for the students. That's something definitely important for both of us, and I think our intention is similar. We're all working something that will benefit this student athletes currently or also in the future. Mark, good luck, all the best. Enjoy the rest of your summer. I know you told me your summer's already wrapped up, but enjoy the last few days that are left in it. And how was the podcast?
I would say I would do it again, Mo. So
Awesome.
You didn't scare me away.
Awesome.
So no, it was good. It was
great.
informative, and hopefully it does what we're trying to get it to do.
That's awesome.
So,
you know what? That's a very motivating comment. You will do it again.
Yes.
Because it's not easy to come and talk in here.
Well,
in front of the cameras.
if you know me, most people that say that they know me would know that I'm not scared of a microphone. So
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mark. Really appreciate your time, and all the best.
Okay. Thanks, Mo.
Thanks. Thank you. All right, everyone. This is the end of our 7th episode at Beyond the Pitch podcast at the ASTRA Soccer Academy. Thank you very much for listening. Ciao.